Hey, it's Kim K. Warning, this video will contain my opinions, some unscripted rambleness, and spoilers from episode 10, so be careful. Okay, so I just watched episode 10, and my god, it was like a bucket list of things that I really wanted to happen and saw coming from a mile away, and it was so fulfilling to watch it all just play in front of my eyes, and I'm like, yes, yes, yes. Now, I've been saying for a very long time that Cersei was going to burn down King's Landing, and it was semi-right. She just burnt down everyone she hated in one huge room instead of burning the whole city down. Now, I've been on a watch list for Cersei's psychological mindset this entire season and all of season 5. She's been slowly getting more crazy, and we can see this very clearly in what she wears. Now, a lot of people have brought this up as well, about how she just adds more armor and more protection to her costume every single time we get to see her. Now, she's pretty much in a battle outfit. Like, next season, she'll be walking around in full plate armor, we know it. And now that she's butchered all of these people that opposed her, now that she's gone full fray and has just destroyed her enemies in the most unhonorable and terrible way, and that Tommen has died, her psychological mindset is just the worst it's ever been. Okay, to get to the point of the entire video, who will kill Cersei? Now, after that last episode, I got 3 messages straight away saying, do you think Arya will kill Cersei? Now, Arya would seem like a really awesome way to kill off Cersei. She's been on her list forever. We all know about that Stark revenge plan. She just killed Walder Frey. If she can just go around taking people off her list and then be all justice and poetic. But that's not how this story really works. Walder Frey was a terrible person who was a minor character. Cersei is this deeply complex and crazy person that really has to have something that's more poetic to end her off. Well, King K, what's more poetic than Arya stabbing the shit out of her? Well, that, my friends, is where this look comes in. Now, Jaime has this really interesting arc as a character that a lot of people have disliked and liked. He went from this jerk who was in love with Cersei and only really staying around for her, to this kind of like Brienne influence and Bronn influence that made him a better person who's more susceptible and nuanced about what's happening in the world. Then Cersei got diminished and shamed and all this other stuff, and he really had this withdrawal systems back on his character to this vengeful, look after ourselves kind of early season 1 character with less humor. And it's been this really withdrawal system and this pullback of his character that has made people really shy off this theory for a while. He loves Cersei so much and he threatens and talks about it to Edmure. It's all he wants to do is get back to Cersei, help Cersei, fuck everyone, let's get Cersei in power. And the sad thing is, the reason he will kill her is because he loves her so much and can't see her destroy herself. Cersei has nothing left. She's the perfect recipe for a terrible, powerful empress, demon, overlord that will destroy the realm in her pain and misery of her losses. Now, when we go back to the last episode, we had that shot of Cersei sitting down on the Iron Throne, the 2 rows of soldiers, kind of like stormtroopers, sitting there, idly baying in fear of this powerful dictator sitting up as the darkness of the scene has overwhelmed us all. And as a Star Wars fan, I couldn't help but notice that if the sigil of the Empire was on those banners, it would have made perfect sense. Now, whenever I make one of these types of videos, the main comment I get is like, dude, you've got it all wrong, it's just terrible writing by D&D. With Varys and his teleporting machine, you've given up on Game of Thrones and its brilliant writing, but look at Hodor, Hold the Door. George R. R. Martin was writing incredible stuff like that, foreshadowing it from the very first book, right the way to when it happened on screen, and that's what I'm hoping for now, a George R. R. Martin poetic collapse to Cersei. Now, this kind of end to love relationships we can see from Romeo and Juliet, we can see it with the Emperor and Darth Vader, we can see it with so many different things throughout texts and history, and George R. R. Martin knows that. Now, you may believe I'm just bullshitting right now, coming up with all this conjecture, and there's no real proof that Jaime will do any of this. And to be honest, I am bullshitting a lot here, but there is tons of evidence to back up this as well. We opened up season 5 with that flashback of Cersei, and she's walking around to Maggie the Frog, and Maggie the Frog says that whole prophecy, and all of it is pretty much came true, apart from her dying to the Volacor. Don't judge me, I can't pronounce that word for shit, but it means little brother. Now, I'm sure that Cersei believed that that must have applied to Tyrion. He was both little, as in Tyrion being short dwarf, and her brother, little brother as well, because younger, of course. So that made a lot of sense, and she seemed to be such a nuisance to her life that it made sense. But it could be Jaime, because Jaime actually came out second as the twins, so he's technically the younger brother to Cersei. There's also several other things in the books that really point to Jaime killing Cersei in the end, but a lot of those things you kind of have to subjectively look at and be like, they could not be or not. Okay, now let's head it to the other half of the discussion. This video is a starting point for this. I want to hear everything you have to say about Jaime killing Cersei and not killing Cersei. You guys were very vocal about things last time. That was really interesting to read through. Even some of the shit we were like, this came okay, you stupid piece of shit. That was also kind of fun to read through. But there's a whole bunch of shit that we can talk about in the comment sections below, so make sure we have that discussion. I want to see where we get with this, because Jaime killing Cersei would be just so amazing to see. It would make this show so much more better than it is. And I really like that episode, and I hope you did as well, because we've got some awesome shit coming, and a whole bunch of videos for Season 7 arriving in like a year. But I will be here. Will you? Review out tomorrow, subscribe.